Hello everyone, welcome to the wonderful session of reasoning. In this particular session, I will be discussing some advanced question related to analogy. Now, I have already made a video related to analogy where I have discussed the questions that were GK based and numerical ability based. So on these two particular topics, I have already made a video. Please go through about that. I have explained the basic concepts of analogy in that particular video. Now in this session, I will be discussing about the concepts of questions that are asked on coding decoding based logic. So this will be a individual class based on this particular concept. So let's start. There is nothing much of a concept that is needed over here. So we will be taking just an example, right? Suppose this is a question where I have been given with three set of words and I have to find a fourth word over here, right? Now what I have to do, I have to write ABCD in this particular sequence. Make sure about that this sequence is strict. You cannot make an exception to this sequence, right? The first 13 characters you have to write it from A to M, from left to right, and the last 13 characters from N to Z you have to write it from right to left. So what happens over here, this gives you a cycle when you are starting reading the ABCD, ABCDEFGHIJKL MNOPQRSTUVWXYZ. After Z you will be getting ABCDEFGHIJKL. Make sure about that this particular alphabet you called it as Z. I have a tendency to call it as Z, right? And that's my bad habit, so please make an exception to that. I used to pronounce it as Z, right? So this will be giving me a complete cycle, as well as this will be giving me an anti-clockwise cycle when I will be reading like ZVXWVUTSR, right? QPONM. इस हिसाब से पढ़ते पढ़ते when I will be coming to the last GFEDCBA, तो after A again it will be ZYXWVUTSR. This will go on. So this will be giving me a cycle clockwise as well as anti-clockwise. So nevertheless, in any case, I have to go beyond this 26 characters. So what happens over here, this is an example where I have been given with three set of words. I have to find another set of words. Now in the previous video of analogy, I have clearly explained it, right? Ki whatever logic that you find in these two particular set of words, this logic over here will be exactly the same to finding out the fourth word, right? So make sure about that you don't get confused. Please go through that particular video again so you have a clear cut idea. Now what we will do it over here, we will be trying to find out if D is related to E. Now what would be the logic between D and E? Make sure about that D to E, when we move forward one letter, we would be getting E from D. So we can have a logic. If we add one letter to D, we would be getting the next letter E. Similarly, from B to E, if B is related to E, now from V to E, what would be the logic? From B to E, it would be a distance of 1, 2, 3, 3 letters. So from B to E, we can say that we are moving in clockwise direction. So it will be plus 3 letters. When we add 3 letters to B, we would be getting E. Similarly, if U is related to Z, if U is related to Z, U is over here and Z is somewhere here. So what is the gap between U and Z? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are moving in clockwise direction. So when we add 5 letters to U, we will be getting Z. Now here the logic is plus 1, plus 3, plus 5. The letter 1 is plus 1. So when we add plus 1 letter to C, we would be getting D. Plus when we adding 3 letters to J, we would be getting 1, 2, 3, that is M. And when we are adding 5 letters to H, we would be getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, M as our answer. So our answer would be D, M, M. Which option supports our answer? Option A. Right? So the logic that we have found in first two letters is going to be exactly same for finding the fourth letter. Make sure about that. Right? Let's take another example. Now this is another set of example here again I am given with three words. I have to find the fourth word. Now the relation between M and O, when I look down over here in this particular series, M and O, right? When I am going to add 1 and 2 letters to M, I would be getting my answer O. So this would be plus 2 letters. Similarly, I is related to G. So for I and G, when I will be looking over here, when I will be going backward 2 letters, I would be getting G. So since I am going backward in anti-clockwise direction, if I subtract 2 letters from I would be getting G. Similarly, for K, it is written M. For K and M, if I will look down over here, I will be moving in clockwise direction and there is a gap of 2 letters. So when I will be adding 2 letters to K, I will be getting M. And for E, it is written C. So from E to C, we have to move backward, and since we are moving backward, there is a gap of 2 letters, so it would be minus 2. So logic over here is plus 2, minus 2, plus 2 and minus 2. So when we are adding 2 letters to C, when we add 2 letters to C, our first letter would be E. When we would be subtracting 2 letters from I, right? When we subtract 2 letters from I, our answer would be G. Now there is only one option which is starting with E and G, so our answer would be option D. Don't have a tendency, right? Don't have a mindset to find the next 2 letters, because there is only one option which is supporting my answers. So if I am finding the next 2 letters, I would be just wasting my time in the examination. In previous case, I have made sure that I calculate each and every letter for you so that you get a clear-cut idea, but in this particular case I am not doing so, because I have to make sure that I know some tricks which would be helpful for my examination. So this would be my answer in this particular case. Let's take down another example. Now in this case, I am given with 3 letters again, and I have to just find out the fourth word, right? I am given with 3 words and I have to find out the fourth word. So here, when we look out, P is related to O. In this particular case, if I see, I have to move backward from P to find O, and there would be a gap of 1 letter, and since I am moving in anti-clockwise direction, it would be minus 1. If N is related to O, from N to O, I will be moving forward and there would be a gap of 1 letter, so it would be plus 1. And if S is related to T, in case of S to T, I have to move forward and there is a gap of 1 letter, so it would be coming plus 1. So the logic over here is minus 1, plus 1, plus 1. For D, I have to make sure minus 1, right? So 1 letter backward to D would be C. So here the first letter would be C, and there is only one option which is starting with C. So my answer would be option C. I don't have to find the next 2 letters, right? So make sure this approach is also clear to you, right? So these were some examples that can be asked on coding decoding based logic. Please practice some more, right? Thank you for watching this video. Keep learning and keep smiling.